My name is Daniel Rosado, aka also known as Dan Rico, and I've been on this mission this year. I have this mission this year, 2025, to bring about amazing interviews, not just random interviews, but interviews with amazing people that's going to help bring value, different insights, and information that's going to help us entrepreneurs how to, dive deeper into opportunities 2025. One of the main questions that I've had at towards the end of this year, 2024, was, is it too late to get involved with AI? Because AI started a few years back. It seems like it grew so quickly and really rapid to the point that I've heard some people already say now it's already too late to get involved with AI. Well, today I have the pleasure to be here with an amazing person that I met several months back. We've been in several meetings. I actually work with their technology, an amazing technology, by the way. Let me present to you, Liviu. Liviu, how are you?
Yeah, hi, Dan. Thank you for the warm introduction, and I'm well, thank you. Here in Moldova, it's we're getting out of the holidays, and yeah, we're doing great.
Right on, right on. He was just telling me a little bit before we started recording that they have like this two Christmases. That's
Yeah,
insane.
so actually, it's the old calendar. I mean, the new calendar is the new Christmas, and we still have, Orthodox church, which celebrates it on the 7th of January. So it's
That,
actually funny because, we celebrate New Year before Christmas.
that is too funny.
Yeah,
Man, that's celebrating Christmas twice. That's just twice the amount of happiness and good times.
yeah. So we have double holidays. Like it's actually a holiday today in Moldova.
Oh, right on, right on. Well, thanks to showing up on this interview today on
Well,
this holiday. Are you already? No, I'm just kidding.
no, not yet.
He said
I'm
not yet. As soon as we're done
designing
on the call.
interview them.
There we go. There we go.
The
Well,
barbecue.
Livio, let's start getting to know you a little bit. Could you start by introducing yourself a little bit and a little bit about your background? What inspired you to start your company in the AI industry? I mean, obviously, I started talking about AI. Livio is involved with AI. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you involved in the AI industry?
Well, I come from a background of software engineer. I've been working in this area for 15 years, for the last 15 years, and I have a background in physics and computer science. And this is actually not our first company. It's like my first company was started in 2019, I think. We started as an outsourcing company that would, build projects, and but then, in the pandemics we had nice growth. But then, 2 years ago, I think some problems started from, United States. Google started, doing layoffs, and there's not so much money invested in startups, not so much money invested in different projects. So it was a natural thing that we wanted to move away from outsourcing and build our own product. That was actually my lifetime goal. So when the time has come, when everybody was amazed by GPT 3.5, it was like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. So we started investigating how we can apply, or what we can build with this AI tool, with this brand new AI tool. So I brought in my brother, and together we started thinking what we can actually build that was very useful for our own case. So we built this chatbot that would learn from websites. Why did we need this? It's like we usually read a lot of documentation during our workflows. So I was wondering, like, hey, can I make this chatbot just to read this whole information and just give me the small bits that I need? I don't need to know everything. I just need like small bits of information. So I did that, and it worked very well. So, and I thought, like, that this can work. This can actually work. So then we, at somewhere in September last year, I think. I mean, it's already 2025, and it makes it 2 years ago. So we went to a hackathon on a local. So there was a challenge from our local government. So they're usually the governmental websites are messy, and you just can't find good information there. Like you can just browse there. I mean, for me, it was always frustrating. So we went there, joined the hackathon just to test our bot, so we can just test it out to see if we can get results and some value for the government, whatever, if they would be interested. So long story short, we've seen that it's really helpful, and there was some initiative. This initiative from the government went away. We built this product. We started working on this fine guide application, and it slowly built up. So yeah, and by that time we wanted to, our main focus was to eliminate the hallucinations, because that was a big issue back in 2 years ago. I think it's still a big issue, but
Did you say hallucination?
yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Hallucination is a term that in AI world, it's used to describe the bad answers or the wrong answers that ChatGPT provides or whatever. So when it hallucinates, it just gives you the wrong answer, but this can be fixed. So my brother is also a software engineer. He worked a lot in the trading industry. It's like Forex, and so we figured out why these hallucinations happen in the first place.
I was eating too much shrooms, obviously. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So we figured out why these hallucinations happen, and we figured out a way to eliminate those, or at least to a certain degree. And we implemented different algorithms for the information that we actually give to the bot. And turned out, yeah, we can use different algorithms to improve the outputs. So this is why we wanted to build it in the first place. So we tested our bot against whatever startups were already offering the similar services, and by far our chatbot was way better. So we started using this notion that, okay, so we want to move away from the notion of the chatbots, and let's call it assistants. They are much more smarter. So in FindGuide, that's why we are using the term assistants instead of chatbots.
Well, that's a good point you're making right now, because if we were to take in consideration chatbots in itself, they've been around for a while. And when
Exactly.
you say chatbot to someone, they think that old school chatbot that you have a question and you already have 4 answers, and you can't get away from that framework of questions. And if you do, the AI or the chatbot is just lost. So and
Yeah.
this is not what we're talking about here.
Exactly. So our assistants are much smarter than that. So you can ask him whatever you want, but he will keep a straight line and get you back on the topic.
Right on. Actually, well, I guess we could talk about this in a couple of minutes, but if I'm not mistaken, within the settings, you can actually train it if it can deviate from the topic or not, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Well, we thought that this deviation actually from the context or whatever you're feeding the information to the chatbot, to the assistant, is sometimes user want to go out of this context, and for them it's totally fine. So we figured we need a way to give them this option. So that's why we build this tool. But yeah, usually the problem with these assistant is that when you ask, if you have a website that sells shoes and you ask them about the rocket science, it usually will give you some physical
Yeah.
formula.
Well, before we get too ahead of ourselves here, let's already go into the AI in itself. Your company offers customized AI solutions for businesses, from what I can understand. Well, from what I already know, because I've been with you for a while. But for those that are listening that don't know yet, can you tell us a little bit more about the problems or solutions? I'm sorry, the problems your solutions are designed to solve. Like, what problems are you solving today? What industries benefit the most for these solutions?
So our solution are aimed for companies that want to automate their customer service processes. So, for example, uh, basically they can benefit. Every company can benefit from these AI assistants, but what they actually can bring the how to say that, the most value it will bring to companies that have a tremendous amount of customer service inquiries, as well as those companies who lack customer support at all. So, for example, it's like digital who own a custom e-commerce website, but they can't handle, customer service inquiries during the night. So that's a good option. Another example I can give you is a company that um, has way too much customer inquiries. They can't handle them all at once. So their respond to customer inquiries, it's so big that it can take a week to get a response from customer service. So having these assistants implemented, they can just respond and handle up to 80% of the inquiries, because sometimes they just don't need a very difficult answer. They just the assistants, the AI can figure out what they need and help them. So that takes a lot of burden from the customer service. And yeah, basically websites. And as I remember a saying from David Lynch, he said once, bad coffee is better than no coffee. So I would I would I would say that an AI assistant as customer service is better than no customer service.
Totally, totally. And let me say, guys, I've been using Liviu system for a while now, and he's definitely being humble on his end in a good way, though, because it's always better to like say less and you be impressed. And that's what I've been. And I'm not just saying this, I've definitely been impressed with the system because at the end of the day, for example, we're just getting out of the holiday season, right? But I had my AI agent, my AI assistant across different platforms on my two different websites, on WhatsApp now that they just launched it. So, you know, I could be drinking with my family, whatever it is, and a customer's like, "Hey, I want to book a call with you." Go to my website and book a call with Yoda. Who the what? Did you just say Yoda? Yeah, I added Yoda to my website too. I actually have two AI agents, so if you check out my website, danricosolutions.com, you'll see it over there. You can talk to Maya or Yoda. So the cool thing about this system that Levy has set up is that you have different options as to how you want to set up your AI, which this is also new, right? Because in the beginning, it was you have to have a picture, you have the name, so you obviously give it kind of like this personality thing, where most of the other companies that I've seen, it's just like the name and that like square chat. You see no picture. That picture is a little detail, but I feel it gives it that extra reality feel to it. Like, oh, this is like the robot that I'm talking to, or like the AJ that I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Like Yoda, for example. Like we like this is actually, to be honest, one of the first things that attracted me to this company to even get in touch that when I went to their website, they had Yoda on their website, and it would literally respond to me like Yoda would in the movies, like backwards, and say the words that he would say, and I'm like, there's no way. Besides answering me stuff on the company, it's answering in the personality that they created for this character. So it's so complex, but at the same time simple to set up, or simple to use, better say. Because as far as setting up, you can DIY, do it yourself. You also have us here at Enrico's to do a setup for you, do an onboarding to keep it simple. And that's really my main focus this year, 2025, that I was sharing with Liviu a little bit ago. And I didn't actually say the model for this year, which is keeping marketing simple. I've seen this past 2024, like all these agencies or marketers or wannabes or whatever, like, oh, we're gonna do this and do that, and they just dive in and all these fancy words and all this stuff, and I'm just like, what? Like, and then when you dive in and you look at what they're doing, it's like, oh, it's a funnel. Oh, it's capturing leads. Oh, it's Google My Business. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it simple. So
Yeah,
my main work today with Livius Technology is optimizing businesses and focusing with our other algorithm and bringing new customers to your business, which is valuable proposition, valuable tool, right? And again, one of the beautiful things about the system is that it's here to optimize us. So I'm the kind of person that I like to test everything out for myself so that I can speak to people about it from my own testimonial type. You know what I mean? And one thing that I noticed, for example, I would go to some real estate businesses to talk about the system, AI agents, and I will be talking to the owner. And there's a couple of salespeople next to like on a table or listening. And when I say that it could speak over 30 languages, right? It can answer 24 hours a day, right? It can have multiple conversations at the same time. It's like the eyes of the salesperson that does that in the real estate just, I lost my job. I kid you not. I kid you not. And then that's when, with our wisdom, we need to say, hey, listen, wait, this is not your job. This is optimizing you so that those questions, those people that have those questions that are cross comparing, they're not really going to buy nothing with you. They're just, again, they're just comparing pricing, whatever. The AI just takes care of that. And now you, as a real person, can take care of the sale and the real people that want to buy, the intention, you know?
exactly.
So at the end of the day, AI is optimizing people in such a way that, oh, is it going to take over the world? Well, I don't know if it's going to one day, but we're far beyond that, in my opinion. Like AI is not telling AI what to do,
Yeah.
and all these people that are like, oh my God, it's getting rid of jobs and this and that. Hasn't technology in general gotten rid of a lot of jobs? So
Well, you know, just it's the best way to look at it is like AI is another tool. It's an intelligent tool, but it's still a tool. It's not gonna a tool is not gonna take your job.
no,
And
no,
it's
but what I want to get with that is that with robots like Tesla robots that are coming out, right? And with AI, it's getting rid of the tedious, allowing more time for us. For me, for example, I have my family. I have a 2-year old daughter. It allows me to have more time for my family. It allows us to have more time for friends. It allows us to just enjoy life more. So there's a huge group of people that are trying to attack AI and they're going to take over and don't go this way and this and that. When in reality, it's optimizing us in such a way that it's going to make the world a better place, in my opinion. I'm just one of those people that it's
yeah.
just, I believe,
I think we all going to benefit from this
for
technology.
sure, for sure, 100%. And let's take advantage that we are in January. The year has started. So AI is advancing rapidly, opposite from what people think. It's not telling itself what to do yet, and we're far from it being self-sustainable, whatever. But for people and businesses to today, 2025, will feel that they might be behind, what would you say to reassure them that it's not too late to get involved with AI? And yeah, where should they start?
I don't think AI has even started in its full potential. So as of January 2025, I don't think we are. I think we are just at the beginning, so it's never late. It's now it's a good time to start and understand how this thing works. And as far for as as I see the future, I think AI is going to shape a lot how we interact with technology, because at some point I noticed myself in when I work with different websites or different applications. So they start small, which it's fun to use, simple, but as they grow and they add new features and it becomes more complicated. Like, when was the last time you? I had a few years gap since I never used PowerPoint. Now when I open it, I just get lost. I mean, I don't know how to. Nah, that's so.
100%. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
So it's like, why shouldn't I get advantage of some, intelligent software that can help me? Like, look, I'm trying to create this PowerPoint. Like, I need some animation, basic stuff. Like, why don't you can't help me? So, like, yeah, that's the way it's going to go. So I think the future is quite interesting in terms of what AI is going to bring us. It's going to simplify a lot, the interaction of humans and technology. So it's going to be that, intermediate layer that's going to help you understand technology better than instead of alienating you completely. So it's
Embrace yourselves.
it's like my father is like, he's 80. He still asks me, like, do I need to click once or twice to open a window or something? So it's like, it depends. If it's a button, then it's once.
A lot of people that, or the younger generation probably doesn't understand that from when we had Windows 9 that you had to double click and open window, top of window, top of window. Oh man, good times.
Yeah.
So as it's raining over here, nice. As AI continues to evolve, how do you see its role in shaping industries like healthcare, education, or even small businesses? What are some of the exciting trends, innovations you see coming?
Well, first of all, I know that AI is starting to become competitive in figuring out what illness a person can have and eliminating the human error of making a diagnosis, for example. So that's a huge benefit for the humankind as a whole. But it's not only in this healthcare industry. It's like, I think we can use it to generate ideas in this, for example, how we can cure some diseases. Like, okay, maybe we didn't think of something, that this tool just might get a suggestion, and like, why not? And in the healthcare, I believe we'll have a huge benefit from this AI technology. I'm not sure about in the terms of is nowadays the where all the society and the wars are going on. I hope this doesn't get there. But still, I think the humanity is going to wake up and just use it
I,
for.
if we can achieve AGI, artificial general intelligence, honestly, and they connect it to the war,
Yeah.
AGI is gonna look at like the generals and people and just look at them and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? And the generals are gonna be like, what do you mean? We're trying to see how we attack this country. And the AGI is gonna be like, you guys are humans, they're humans. Like, why are you like humans attacking humans when we can just like? And again, for those that are listening, I'm not talking about one nation, one new world order. I'm not talking about that. I believe we can agree to disagree. I believe that there can be different nations, but I definitely believe we need to understand there is only one human race in this world. There's different
Exactly.
cultures, different colors, but that does not define a race. The race in itself is just human race. So I really deeply think at the end of the day that if AGI, once it does exist, Let's dive into the conspiracy theories real quick. You know how the internet,
But
yeah, the internet was around for like 10, 15 years in the government power before we even knew the internet existed. I
yeah,
honestly think the AGI already is in their power, and they're asking it what to do, what we just said, and AGI is telling it, "Are you fucking stupid?" And the government's saying, "What do you mean? We just want to attack this nation." And the AGI is saying, "You guys just have to do things different." And so they're withholding the AGI from us because it's just gonna help us awaken up to such a really it's a real simple concept, really. But again, again, I'm not talking about one world order. I'm talking about recognition that we are all human, that we can agree to disagree, that there can be different cultures, that we don't have to. Like, I don't know. I think war is just so outdated, such a bad way to resolve things. I don't know. That's a conversation for a different day, though. That's a deep conversation right there.
let me get back to your question about medicine is one side and the education is another, which I think we can all have custom teachers designed to figure out our weaknesses and try to figure out how we learn the best, because every person is has its own learning abilities. It doesn't mean that we are all dumb or stupid, but we just need a better approach. So I think in this direction we are definitely going to benefit from the AI. And another thing is this service is already available as real-time you know interaction with OpenAI, for example. They already have this. I think we're going to benefit overall from automation of customer service, or helping some sort of call center that's going to based on AI and is going to solve like literally every year problem. However, I don't think it's going to replace humans, because you need somebody behind that robot. So once he doesn't figure out, you need to tap into humans, like, hey, help me out here.
So even though it's getting rid of certain jobs, and we can agree with that, the tedious and whatnot, it creates new job opportunities. That I think this is where also people forget that the
Yeah,
new opportunities, the new jobs, and just like you said, even though we are connecting AI assistants for different companies and solutions, we are still behind the technology to make it work, adjusted, and whatnot. So I hear you on
yeah.
that. Totally.
And I think lately human complaints a lot of. I see this concept of shitty jobs. what I think what AI is going to do is just get rid of all the shitty jobs.
Yeah, yeah, totally, totally, 100%. So on to our next question here. Your company is at the forefront of AI innovation, in my opinion. Are there any, what are any new updates or features, breakthroughs that you're working on that you're about to launch, or anything like that that you can tell us a little bit about your solutions?
Yeah, I can just share a little bit of our next features that we're going to launch. So right now we are working on we're testing it before release, a feature called Voice QA. So at least for now, FineGuide focuses on solving this customer service problem. And now we're tapping into the actual voice calls. So with this feature, we want to automate the uh, quality assurance of the voice calls. I mean, the cold calls, whatever, or sales calls, customer service calls, so that the operator would instantly get feedback on what he did well on and what he needs to improve. And this helps not only the agent that handles the call, but it also gives insight to the company on how well it's doing actually. Because if you heard about this, whenever you're calling a bank or you're calling your whatever customer service, they tell you this call is going to be registered.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happens is, in the background, it gets registered. So there's a team of quality assurance guys who listen to all these calls. They evaluate how well you did. So from a human perspective, imagine having to listen to that, 8 hours, just listening to people talking. How well do you think you're going to evaluate a call in your like 7 hours into the work? I
If
think
that was my job and I have to go home and listen to my wife, I would say, don't even say one more word.
so. I think what AI can do, just to figure out how well did it behave, like how well did it handle the call, make suggestions what to improve. I think it's going to help a lot these companies. So this is something that we're launching right now in January. So another feature that we think is going to benefit, we are trying to make a small. This is a new feature that we're very excited. So we have the real-time voice call with OpenAI, for example, which you can talk to him real time and he would answer in real time. So we want to integrate this as well into our platform to make short, for example, survey calls. After you had an interaction with a company, you can receive a call, not necessarily for a human, but for example for a robot, and just to ask you how well did we do. Or how would you call that? How well, did I say it correctly? How well we did?
How well yeah, how well did it do?
Yeah. So that's, we're planning to grow this Find Guide application into a very useful tool that every company would find it's fit, so or this tool can benefit them. So AI assistants are one thing, then voice, then
That's
and like
awesome. Well, I just hear one major word. If I were to have to say everything that we're talking about in one word, optimization.
exactly. Yeah.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
So, for businesses and individuals looking to integrate AI into their work or lives, what are some practical steps that they can do today, or how can they identify opportunities to work with AI?
Well, that's a very good question, actually. So I think the learning process for most of the human is basically the same. So the easiest way to get started is go to ChatGPT and just figure out how it works. I've seen a lot of folks who try to use ChatGPT as Google by typing in those keywords only, and then expect some amazing results. But we need to understand that AI doesn't work like that. So ChatGPT is a very nice place to start. Perplexity is another good AI thing, but they try to build something similar to Google, but only using AI. And recently, Bing, I think Bing is also using OpenAI models, and they're very, very advancing. And Bing has image generation for free, so you actually can generate images whenever you need a presentation or
Yeah, totally.
some stuff, basic stuff that you just cannot find online.
Will we have image generation through Find Guide coming out?
Well, not right in the nearest future, but we'll definitely get to that.
Gotcha,
First,
gotcha.
we want to make sure that we can read those images.
Yeah.
So we want to add the features that, in our chatbots, you can just insert images, and he will figure out what problems you have. That would
Okay.
that way you just send screenshots and the bot can identify your problems. So, but nevertheless, it's never too late to get started in this AI, and it's not a very complex technology. Actually, it's not like um 20 years ago when Yahoo and Google came out as search engines. Not many people knew how to use that, and right now we are in this era where it's like we have a separate word for Google it, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that wasn't 20 years
Oh,
ago. So
and just to add on to what you just said a little bit ago, there's definitely power in what we call the prompt today, right?
yeah,
And I'll be diving into a different video onto that, how to, how to get the best out of a prompt, how to create good prompts. And as a matter of fact, I created an agent using FindGuide that can help me create better prompts. So, Liviu said, hey, if you're looking to get started, you haven't started yet, you can definitely use ChatGPT, Bing, Perplexity. There's different LLMs, large language models. The difference between these large language models and FindGuide is that FindGuide gets different options. We have what, 4 different LLMs we can choose from, right?
yeah, we
So
have uh, I think
you just
OpenAI.
you just added one lately. I saw that.
Yeah, the recently one was added. We added the one from X, from Elon Musk.
Look at that.
Yeah, we added it recently. So we have all the LLMs, including OpenAI, Claude, Google Gemini, and now it's X Grok.
And for those of you again, like this video or FindGuide, our support as Enrico's, it can go for businesses to help you optimize your flow, but for agencies, salespeople, freelancers, affiliates that want a new opportunity, get in touch because this is something that you can apply into your workflow and represent it, sell it as well. So, if you see you like what you're hearing so far, you want to dive in deeper, work with FindGuide or work with Enrico's using FindGuide, get in touch, comment below. I want to dive deeper with AI. Let us know. We're here to help. And again, the beautiful thing for agencies that are watching right now, some of the other providers like FindGuide that provide something similar, by from what I've seen, usually only use ChatGPT. They have one or maybe 2 different options. But what I liked about FindGuide is that it gives me the opportunity to choose what LLM I want to choose from. And for those that don't understand why that's important, it's not about being important or not, but is that every LLM has its purpose for a design that it's made for. So depending on your need, if it's customer service, if it's analyzing data, you can get the best out of each one depending on your case. Is that about right, Liviu?
Exactly, yeah. And there's another thing that for some Elon Musk supporters, they just don't want to use OpenAI. They just don't want to use it. Well, that's okay. You can use Grok from Elon Musk. Why not?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. So finally, as someone leading an AI company, what excites you the most about the future of AI? And how can people and businesses position themselves to thrive in this increasingly AI-driven world?
Well, I'm not entitled to foresee the future, but definitely AI technology gets me excited. First of all, as an engineer, because if you can just put your mind to whatever AI can do to benefit or to solve a problem or to just make your life easier, it will definitely bring an absolute more value to whatever we have right now. And I've seen this, when I was a kid, I had these Legos, which I didn't want to use whatever they did. It's like, yeah, you can lose this spaceship from these Legos, but like, no, I want to build something myself that my imagination can come up with. So
I was the same way.
that's what gets me excited,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
once these models get better and better, they are getting better at solving different problems. So what large spectrum. So it's only about our imagination on how we can build more and more tools and more great stuff based on this technology. So yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. I mean, again, I have Maya and Yoda on my website to help me as an assistant to book calls and answer questions to my customers. But I've also created because, as this video is going onto a YouTube channel, I have a portfolio of different channels that as a content creator, imagine managing different channels, different um, niches of content, and plus dealing with my customers. I mean, I could not do it if I did not have as many assistants as I had today. I mean, with FindGuide, I have at least three different assistants that one will help me write blogs. I will give it the context of what I want, my writing, my thoughts, and I've already created it using the typical standard, information that needs to be in a blog, the amount of characters, SEO optimized, and all this stuff. That when I give it that information, it'll break it down with titles and the amount of words. And believe it or not, because my websites are built in a way that I can see all these reports and whatnot, they're getting actually more views than my old blogs that I used to write manually. You know what I mean? And this is one of the AI agents or assistants that I created using FindGuide. So, and then I have another one that's helping me with scripts for YouTube videos. Um, and I gotta say, I'm gonna finish with this part. I've been someone that's been through a couple scams, unfortunately, through investments, Bitcoin, stuff like that. And I created one that, it's not perfect. And I'm sure that with Liviu's help and back end, we can definitely make it better. But I created a Sherlock Holmes assistant that it has different websites. Like basically, so we there's two different aspects to the AI when we work with FindGuide, right? We can train it with the information we need it, correct? And then we also have the personality, which creates the agent in itself. So that being said, I've trained it with all this information of different countries of uh, what a scam is, what to look for, things like that. And I trained it to be like a detective that basically a person will copy any messages that they get from Telegram or WhatsApp or whatever they get it. Like, hey, let's get this 5% a month. All you got to do is put in $300, and we're gonna do this and that. You copy, you paste it into that chatbot. It's gonna give you a score. It's gonna tell you the probability of it being a scam, and it's gonna tell you if another AI most likely built it or not. So it's better to spend a couple bucks on an AI on a monthly basis than to lose $300 or $1,000. So just to show you, I mean, I went from assistant on my website to helping me create scripts to helping me not get scammed. It's
Wow.
just so diverse what we can do with one company, FindGuide, and the systems that we're using, we're creating. So that being
Well,
said,
there you go. That's your own Lego.
right, right. So I'm just so grateful that I connected with Liviu a few months back. I'm grateful that he accepted here to be on this interview with me. Thank you very much, Liviu.
Thank
We have a great year coming up with different uh, more updates that we were just talking about before this call. Again, if you want to start diving into this year 2025 with AI as a freelancer agent, or you need it for your business, get in touch, comment below, let us know how we can help out. And we definitely want to be a part of your history or your story, because at the end of the day, as a content creator, everyone's telling a story. And if everyone's telling a story, out of 8 billion people in this world, there are people that want to hear your story. So, the question is, are you properly telling your story? Do you have the assistants to help you tell your story? You know what I mean? So, hey, we're here to help. Thank you very much, Liviu. Any final words?
Well, have a good 2025, everybody. And let's hope, this one is going to be an amazing year. I mean,
Awesome.
that's obviously is going to be like that.
Thank you very much, Liviu. We'll definitely be on some more calls later on with Liviu as well. Again, comment below. You want to get involved, let us know. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
We hit the streets with rhythm loud and clear. Dan Rico Solutions, let's spread the cheer. Marketing magic in every stride. With us you thrive and take that ride.